Sorry for chaos. But I think it's perfect because that's what it was all this week. So we had this big idea, the expectation. And suddenly everything started changing. So first of all, we rented the same venue that we did last summer. And somewhere around January, we got the news that Washington School District changed the end of school date, which overlapped with our time of camp. So we had to find a new place. When you rent something, you put deposit. So if you don't follow up with your renting, we're supposed to pay penalty, which was huge for us. So we tried to find another place to keep this money together. And the owners of the previous place had only one more house, and it was that house. But that house cost of rent was twice as much as what we anticipated for the summer camp. For that, we needed to find half more participants for that camp. Our region doesn't have this many people, sub-region doesn't have this many, like our 3 states. So we put out flyers, we were recruiting people. We needed 50 people to pay for that venue. So in the end, we got 50 people, like last day. And then we have to find a team leader for each team, which is 10 more people. Then kitchen staff, which is to feed this amount of people. You have to have around 8 people in there. And then you have to have a core staff to run all the things. So we end up at 80 people equation, which is a lot. And I can tell you that I did not anticipate how much a lot it was. So anyways, we found 50 people. And on the day of departure, suddenly 4 people got COVID. They didn't show up. You know, we have to scramble. Then there was some Amazon shipments to my house that was like main things for cooking, like grill and some food and stuff disappeared. It shows that it's arrived, but I cannot find it anywhere. So I ran around my neighbors knocking at the doors. Nobody answering me my calls because, you know, it's weekend. So we coming here, I came here, sent everybody out. We drove back with Mitzi and Linarko and Alisa to my house, and I'm knocking at my neighbor's house again, and suddenly somebody came out. And like, did you receive my packages? He's like, oh yes! So we got 2 out of the 3 packages, and we were already an hour behind. So it's an 8-hour drive. So I just want to stop here and say that everything we planned logistically did not work for a whole week. So we arrived there late, like an hour and a half because of everything. And I'm a core staff. I'm the main person in organizing everything with Alicia. So we settle our kids down, and everything seems to kind of take a deep breath. But then, okay, one kid could not get his passport, so he was delayed attending the workshop. So he came next day in the evening. Our team from Seattle missed from Washington, missed the flight. So 6 people came a day later, like a day and a half later. So, you know, when you don't start at the same time together, it can be really difficult for kids to feel included or feel spirit. But anyways, we work hard to make it happen. And the first day, the spiritual world just decided to destroy us. We just started having some very unusual spiritual issues that just were pounding on me and Reverend Thompson and my core staff. And I can tell you that I was really, really challenged. Challenged to keep my motivation, challenged to keep my vision for this and see everything that we have to do and not fall apart. Because at this point, there were so many issues happening that I've never experienced last year at all. Last year, it was just smooth sailing. You know, we were exhausted, tired, but nothing happened. So anyways, we realized, okay, we are being challenged. And at this point, I realized that this group of people, these children there, are something so very special. Because for us as a core staff, we were challenged to the point like, I had average sleep of 2 hours this week, and last two days I didn't sleep at all. I was just kind of zoning out in the corner here, in the corner there, like just because I could not relax until the moment your children reach your home. Because it was like, it was a battle for my core staff and my team. So the first day of workshop, there were so many issues in the kitchen and there and there and there. And then I'm so grateful that I have a husband of mine, that he's my rock. And every time I got hit in the face, like kicked in the face, I would just go to him and he would just show me, okay, so let's see, what is really behind all of this? Because it feels very personal. And every time he would talk to me, I could unite with him and got worked. And my team united with, oh my gosh, I want you to take a look at this picture. This team, these people, I've never worked in my life. I've never met anyone like that in my life. It's outstanding, wonderful, amazing human beings. They're so young. Many of them been through so much. They're all second generation. They've been through so much in their life with, everything that's happening around. They're also young people. But we call, and they answered the call. And when we came together, they came to the plate like, I'm just so humbled. They never complained, they never freaked out, because nothing worked the way we wanted. Some of them spent 6 months working with me, preparing every single step. None of them lost humility. None of them lost vision of what we're doing here. All of them was so united. And that's why we could complete this summer camp. And maybe to parents who never been to summer camp or who doesn't have kids this age, it just sounds like, okay, it's a summer camp, just like vacation place, right? But we go there to give our kids chance to create connections for life. And like this particular camp that we're running, me and Alicia, our agenda is to heal our kids' pain for whatever they deal with at schools or, maybe being a second generation, they cannot understand why they have to be here. This place our intent is for them to realize, okay, this is my roots. And to make a judgment for themselves, do I belong? And in the end of the camp, the testimonies, the transformation that children come through by being together and having this chance, it's extraordinary. And to me, it's all worth it. But the spiritual, emotional, mental, physical investment of staff, at least this camp, it was like inhumane. We overestimated what we can do and underestimated how much we need to. So with this number of children, we were really understaffed. Because for me, I have to take care of 14 staff members plus overall 20 people. And it's every day you have to kind of put your heart into it. And for team members, we had 5 people per each. So this is a lot. And we were very naive. That we're like, yeah, we have to pay bills. And suddenly like, oh my God. Like Alicia, I had to like tackle her down to let her sleep. Like last day, she just basically collapsed in my arms because she could not physically continue. And it's on me because I have to like be more strict with them when they go to bed, but they just so pouring their hearts into our kids. Yeah, so the teamwork was amazing, and my hope, somewhere second day I was like, that's it. This is last time I'm doing this. We felt that because it was second camp, second workshop, it was really, the Satan really wanted to destroy us. I couldn't put this the other way around. It was humbling. It was crazy. Like, at one point I was hyperventilating because I could not even like catch breath. And then we had to keep it away from everybody else to make it smooth. So yesterday I talked to my kids and they're just so happy. They're like, wow, that was amazing. And then I a little bit shared, because we talk with my husband, and they came over here and they're like, Mom, what's this, what's that? And like, we never knew. Actually, that was really true for our staff too. The main staff, we only shared with them last day, most of it, because we cannot afford them falling apart. But on the third day, we got 3 kids sick, and they left home. And then on the fourth day, 1 kid was breaking rule after rule after rule after rule after rule. And then I was like, oh my gosh, what if somebody gonna take off and just like hitchhike with someone, you know? But again, I'm pretty sure, because of team unity, it all worked out. So last night, we had another thing happening, which could completely destroy the spirit and everything. But again, because of parents' unity, kids' unity, team unity, we could finish this camp. But we could not do half of what we wanted to do, because we have to manage spiritual well-being of so many people. But anyways, Elvis was my team member, my baby Elvis. And I should tell you, yeah, absolutely, give it up. Yoshiro there. I'm so humbled by these 2 young men and their peers who worked with me. They came to the plate like big time, so mature, so responsible, and they even find time to kind of take care of me. You know, the second day when everything was kind of falling apart, there was not one team member who came to me and like gave me a little shoulder up or hug. They could sense it that, you know, we're working hard, and it was amazing. Shufang, Mitzi. All the mothers in the kitchen, a stellar woman. Hiroka-san. Hiroka-san, I heard yesterday, actually forgot her luggage at home, and she had no clothes to change. And I've never heard even one word from her, like, oh, can you drive me shopping? Or like, oh, I forgot all my clothes, or something like that. Just humbly plowing through and supporting the team. And I couldn't be grateful enough, driving kids there and driving kids back. Mitsu too, and Shufang, oh my God, you know, the kitchen. You know, mom was together in a small kitchen. I can be serious problem. But they just like, I asked them, you guys, for us to make this happen, we have to stay united, and we all know how to make an offering to God, and that's what they did. So smooth. I didn't need to worry at all, like even 1 second about anything what's happening in the kitchen. It's smooth, and they did this cute performance in the end. I hope we have a video of it, but it was amazing. Yeah, and just in the end, I want to say, now we're going to have some testimonies from our kids. Our youth is our everything. This is our future. Our youth is the most precious asset that we have in our hands. Let's love them together. Let's appreciate them. And if you ever meet these kids, I can give you the names. Or if you want to send them cards of gratitude, or like Starbucks card or whatever, please let me know, because the future of God stands on the shoulders, and they amazing people. That I experienced Kingdom of Heaven in 7 days, like nothing else. It was victory, like first time in my life of this magnitude. So let's appreciate the kids. Let's love them. Let's support them. And thank you. I forgot that I'm MC too. So next one gonna be Jeremy. Let's welcome up Jeremy. It was his first summer camp, and he kind of sort of been blessed by fire, throwing himself into the summer camp. Let's hear this. Woo! Pretty cool. So handsome.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. How's your morning going so far? Good to hear. Good to hear. Today I'm gonna be talking about my experience at Camp Journey. So let me start. So when I first got to Camp Journey, I thought that the camp wasn't even gonna be fun, and I didn't even want to go to the camp. So yeah, but like after like the second day, I started liking the camp because we started like doing fun stuff, and then yeah, the camp also started becoming fun because the staff they were letting us do activities so that we could make the camp fun. And yeah, another reason why I started becoming fun because my friends started enjoying it. Like they started making it fun. Also, I started meeting like different people from different states, and they were just like talking about how fun the camp was last year. So I just started enjoying it, and like towards the end of the camp, I didn't wanna come back to Colorado because of how much fun the camp was. And if Camp Journey is next year, if they have one next year, I'm gonna sign up. And yeah, that's all.
Yay, Jeremy! Oh, I can adjust. He's so handsome. Okay, next up is Yumika. She is also first-time participant, and she just turned 13, like beginning of June. Huh? You're not 13 yet? Imposter. Go ahead.
Okay, so when I was in Camp Journey, I was actually like the youngest out of everybody, and I was like one of the only third gens too. So I was basically like everybody's younger sibling. So everybody was older than me, but I liked it actually because everybody had to take care of me. but also like I got to experience everybody's love and investment in younger siblings too, other than me too. And I feel like next year, hopefully when there's younger people than me too, I'll be able to also give them the same love and investment and time that they gave to me. And it was really a wonderful like family to like experience with. And everybody has God inside them, but like when everybody like that comes together and brings it out, it's just so wonderful. Like God is definitely in your presence. And so the family was so beautiful, and I'm so lucky to be a part of it and a part of this wonderful community too. Thank you so much.
Yay, Yumika. Thank you. Okay, next up is Maya. Yay, Maya.
What? Where are you? Oh, wait, you're there. Okay. I'm going to lift it up a bit. Okay, so, yeah, when I went to Camp Journey, I definitely felt a lot closer to God because I had so much fun there and just felt like it was even hard for me to get, like, mad. Like, I remember, like, sometimes I would feel bad about something, but then, like, I just felt so good there that, like, it was impossible for me to get mad and hold grudges for a long time. So I was basically like happy the entire time, but it's never happened to me before. Usually I'm like really moody and like I'm not feeling the best, but I definitely felt like so happy during that camp, and it was a really nice experience for me. And I remember it was much more comfortable for me than last year because I knew people, And I really loved my team because I felt like I could share stuff with them, and I'm sure that was true for many other people. And I felt like I could really be myself, and yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. And the view is so beautiful. Like in the morning, like the sun would be rising a little bit, and there'd be a beautiful sunset, and the lake was right outside. So when you stepped on the balcony, you could see the lake, and sometimes it'd be different shades of blue, or it'd be like shimmering a bit, like there was like glitter on it. And it just looked so beautiful. And I remember sometimes when we'd be going out, I'd just be like breathtaked by the view, and I just like wanted to stare at the lake the entire time. But I couldn't, because we had other stuff to do. I couldn't just sit there. And we did eventually go to the lake, and it was fun, but it was cold, so that wasn't as great as I imagined it. Like I imagined the water being so warm, because that's what the brothers said, but it was not warm. They lied. It was cold, and it wasn't as fun as I thought it would be. And then, but yeah, there's so many fun activities, and I feel like it really made me feel closer to everyone, because even though there are some people that I hadn't seen in over a year, completely new people, I feel like I was able to bond with them so quickly, and it was a really nice experience for me. And the only activities are like, while they were both fun and joking, there are also some really serious activities that I felt really helped me in getting closer to God. Like, it was shown in a slideshow, but there was this activity where basically we thought about our self-limiting thoughts or something that was holding us back, and they had these boards, and you had to push your hand through it and break it, and everyone was able to do it, and that made me feel really happy. And when someone was struggling, but they eventually did it, everyone would cheer for them and hug them, which was really nice. And yeah, I felt like, yeah, there's so many activities that I felt let me express my true thoughts, and because like, at other camps, I've never really like been able to express myself that thoroughly before, and like, I hate crying, but I was able to cry at the camp. I mean, I regretted it because my eyes hurt so much after, but it was still really, really freeing to get some of these weights off my chest. And the camp was definitely a really fun experience. And if they did have it again next year, I would definitely go. Like when they said, rate your experience out of 10, I wrote 20. So I really enjoyed the camp. Thank you.
Hey, Maya. Wow. Thank you, Maya. Okay, last but not least, our awesome, the most wonderful Elvis.
Morning, everybody. It's been a while since I've been up here. Yeah, I'm actually like so grateful that the kids had so much fun, because like Aunt Anissa was saying, for staff it was so stressful. Thinking about like looking back and thinking like, wow, these kids actually like not just had fun but also grew, like makes me like really happy and really joyful. But yeah, I'm gonna go into my testimony now. It's a little bit about GPA and Camp Journey, but if you guys didn't know, I'm going to be doing a second year of GPA. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going into captain's training, which is training to lead my own team on the front line, right, when they're fundraising. And honestly, I think for me, when I first went to GPA, my concept of a captain was, oh wow, like I have to go out and struggle in this difficulty with all these people. But my captain just sits in the van, like they're just chilling. They're just like in there like watching Netflix, like but I'm out here fundraising, making money. So I feel like I thought captaining was very easy. I thought this is probably like the easiest thing you can do as captain. And I'm so grateful I went to Camp Journey actually, because I found out that is not true at all. I don't know, my team was so amazing. I feel like at first my team was very quiet and I was like, oh wow, this is gonna be very difficult. But towards the end they really bonded together and I'm so grateful. But one thing that they taught me is that, right, captaining is very difficult. It's not just right, like saying, oh, go out there and do good, guys, but it's like they're your children, right? You worry about them so much. Like, I'm watching them watch lectures and they're falling asleep and I'm like, no, don't fall asleep. Like, look, you're gonna learn something, right? And I feel like it's it's so amazing how much I was able to learn through this experience. And I told my mom about this, but it was it was very stressful. Like thinking like, how are these kids growing? Are they having a good time? Will they come back next year? Right? All these different things. But I feel like this experience made me realize like. First off, how hard captaining is, right? I'm so glad I didn't just like go into captain's training and think, oh, this is gonna be the easiest time of my life, right? I'm so glad. But also that the most important thing in terms of these kids and your members, you're leading a team, right, is to just try and love them as much as you can, right? That's the most important thing. And I don't know, I feel like it's very easy, I guess, to say that you love somebody, but through this experience, I realized it's very hard to like act that way, right? One thing that I learned on GPA is like love is not just a feeling, but it's an action too, right? So I want to start acting like it, right? And I feel like that's with GPA, that's what I learned a lot too. Like I feel like going into my first year, it was more like learning about, first off, just true parents, learning about God, right? And learning to think in this way of like, oh, I need to pray now, I need to reflect now, oh, let's do Hindoke now, right? All these other things. But I think going into my second year, right, especially with this experience, I realized, and I really want to, right, start acting, not just thinking this kind of way, but acting like, okay, I want to pray, but not just like saying that, but actually praying, or I want to reflect, but not just saying that, but actually reflecting, right? So yeah, I don't know. I'm so grateful for this experience because it really put into perspective. And these are just like middle school, like kind of high school kids. Like I'm imagining like graduated high school kids, like, and I'm leading them, and it's gonna be like, I don't know, I guess so much more stressful. But I'm just so grateful that I was able to go through this experience. I'm so grateful for all the kids here for coming, and I'm also so grateful that they had a good time too, because that's what I was worried about, not that they weren't having as good of a time. So I'm just so grateful to all of you guys, all of the staff too. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.